Good day guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are looking at creating a floor plan for our home automation dashboard using Sweet Home 3D. So in front of you is a representation of my home that we're currently building that will be creating a user interface dashboard where we click on a room, it will toggle lights on and other entities for us. So this is what it's going to look like when you build it. And later on, we are going to be taking photo captures to represent various entities getting triggered, such as this one here. So it's going to be a realistic photo that you can view, and every time you click on a room, such as the living space here, the lights will turn on. So let's crack into it and go through how to do this. So the first thing you need to do is download Sweet Home 3D. This is the website. If you click on download, it'll take you to the download page, and then you can download via the two different links it's got. Next, what I suggest doing is going to textures and downloading as many textures as you can or want to give you as many finishes for your floors, as well as your exterior, interior paints. In addition, you want to download as many 3D models, which will be pretty much all the furnitures for you. So same again, download as many as you want, and we'll go through installing it as well as importing all of these textures in the next segment. So download the software, install the software, and download all of your 3D models and textures, and continue on to the next segment. So when you boot up Sweet Home 3D, this is what you'll see, a blank canvas. So the first thing we're going to do is import all of our furnitures as well as our finishes. So what you want to do is click on Furniture and click on Import Furniture Library and navigate to where you downloaded and extracted the zip file. So all you're going to do is click on the sh3f file and click on Open. It's going to ask you to replace if you've already got a package with that name. And when you have finished it, you should be able to see a lot more furnitures as well as finishes. So let's do that for all of our furnitures and textures. And in the next module, we'll be creating a wall plan. Now that we have imported all of our furnitures and textures, let's set up our workspace. So what we're going to do is drag all the windows as far left as possible to give us a bigger workspace, as well as we'll move down our 3D view for now as far down. And this is what it should look like. So next thing we're going to set up is our various levels of our house. If you've got one level, you can disregard this, but if you've got multiple levels, what you're going to do is on your workspace, right click and go down to add level. So now we can see we've got level 0 and level 1. If we double click on the first one, it's going to give us the option to change name and elevation. We're going to change our level and call it ground level. I'm going to double click on level 1. And I'm going to call it first level. And finally, second level. Now that we have created our levels, and our workspace is set up, let's create our first wall. Alright, so let's put in our first walls. What you want to do is hover on over this icon and left click on it and find a spot somewhere in the middle and left click. Next, what you're going to do is drag that wall to a desired length. So I'm going to be following a plan from the architect. If you haven't got any architectural plans, best method to do is go around your house with a tape measure and measure all of our rooms. Do it on one sitting, and that way you can smash out the rest. Next, what you want to do is left click, you'll go blue, and you can continue doing your next wall. So next, I'm going to go down. And click when you're happy with it as well. This process will take quite a long time, so you can get it right and you don't have to redo it. And when you double click, you will finish the wall. So next, what you can do is click on the select objects in plan. If there's a wall that isn't to the specified dimensions, you can click on that, right click, and go modify walls. And next, what we can do is distance between the two endpoints. This is all in meters, and this way you can also set up your heights and the thicknesses of your walls. So I'm going to continue doing my walls. I'll leave the video running for a little bit so you can see how to do it. And as you can see, you've got various markers that pop up automatically when you've hit, I guess, parallel between walls. Now, if you have stuffed up and you need to move anything around, you can click on the select object in plan, and you can Control X, and I'm going to be moving it to my first floor. So let's go through and create all of our exterior walls and interior walls, and we'll be back in the next segment on how to add in a floor. Now that we have finished our walls, what we're going to do is create our floor plan. What you want to do is from the toolbar, click on this icon and go to our first room and start in the corner. Once it's got a blue circle, it's found the corner of the room. You want to do a left click, move to the next corner, and when you see the next circle, click on your left mouse. Wait for it to go blue. You can see in the bottom how it says 90 degree if it's a 90 degree room. And when you get to your last corner, you want to double click. So next we'll do our entrance, and I'm going to do the hallway as well. and double click. So what this will do, it will add another layer, which will allow us to put down a floor. Alright, so next what we've got is adding doors and windows. To do this, let's go to our left panel. Let's click on exterior. Actually, it's not in our exterior. Let's go doors and windows. So find the door that you're happy with. So let's just pick this one. If you hover over it, it will give you the picture. You wanna click left on it and drag. And as you can see, it's got the opening. So if you put it onto the wall, it's going to give it an opening. Alternatively, if you drag it to the other side, a bit to the right, it should flip, as you can see. So whichever way your door opens, let go of your left mouse button and it will position it down. You can view it in the 3D view. And if you double click on it, you can change names and dimensions of it. And same for the windows. Find a window you're happy with. And drag and drop. And double click if you want to change any dimensions. In addition, what you want to do is, when you double click on it, you want to change colors, textures, and any materials to what suits your home representation. So in this scenario, let's change the color, click on the rectangle, and we'll open up the color palette. I'm just going to choose a charcoal, click OK, and OK. And as we can see, the color has changed. And then for the door, double click on it. But in this scenario, let's change the texture. So the texture I'm gonna search is wood. And I'm gonna scroll down until I find the desired look. So you can change the texture. If you're not sure about it, you can review. If you click on materials, we can change some of the properties. So for example, I'm going to change all three of these to a texture. If we double click on it and go modify, let's change to a color. Let's make it black. And let's change the doorknob to a goldish. So what we're going to do after this is paint our walls. We can minimize this for now. And what we're going to do is I want to select all of your walls, right click, modify wall, and to make it easier, I'm going to select the left side and the right side and make every wall white. So we've got white walls inside and out. But let's change the exterior walls to a different finish. So let's right click on this wall, click on modify, and I believe it's going to be the right side. So the texture we're going to do is a cladding, and obviously I did the wrong side. So if we do Control Z to undo, double click on it, let's go to the left side, texture, and white wood. And now we've got a cladding finish. And then finally, let's change the floors. We wanna select one or all of them by holding down Shift. Right click, modify room. And then for the display floor, let's go to textures. And let's just go to wooden floor. And that's giving us a wooden floor. So let's go through and put in all of our doors, change our doors color or texture by clicking on our door, right clicking, modify furnitures, and changing the color and texture. Same for the windows, walls for the exterior, walls for the interior, and the floors. So at this stage you will have your home fully finished with the floors, the walls, windows, doors, floor finishes, and painted inside as well. So what you can do is you can hide various floors to make it easier to view. And to do this, you right click over your floor and you click on make only that floor visible or unviewable, or you can view the same elevation, for example, or you can just see all of them. But this is what it should be looking like at this stage. And as you can see, I've already added furniture into my kitchen. So what we're going to go through is add some furniture to a top story. So let's click on this one and view. So what we're going to do is go down to the bedroom and let's add in a bedside table. Control C, Control V, go on to the other side. And what we'll do is put in a bed. Yeah, that bed will be fine. You can pick it up to move. Alternatively, you can use your arrows as well, which gives a bit more control. And then same, you want to right click and modify. If you double click on it, you can modify the colors and textures. So for example, you can make a blue. But if you double click and go materials and modify, this is where you can modify the individual. And same for the bookcases or bedside tables. So this is how you place furnitures. If you want to chuck a couple pillows on it, or a doll. You can throw various items onto it. And once you're happy with it, this is something what it should be looking like. So let's go through and finalize our home, because the next step will be doing the lighting. Alright, thank you for joining us for this segment of how to create your home representation using Sweet Home 3D. Join us into our next part where we'll be taking screenshots, adding lights, and we'll be doing some Photoshop in preparation of importing it into our Home Assistant. Thank you for joining me again. Please leave me a comment, a like, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the future and provide some feedback. Stay safe.